Life is complicated, right? Just like, look at this. This thing was supposed to simplify, right? And there's just so much stuff. And then you're going to make things better. And you got an app to organize your life, and an app to organize your room, and an app to organize your time. And it's just so complicated. Christianity can be like that sometimes too. It's just so complicated, and life is complicated. So let's, for my sake, my simple mind, let's just simplify this whole thing. I'm Zach. This is The Average Christian. It's a project simply about what it means to have a relationship with God, how to live that out in practical, everyday terms, and holding ourselves and each other accountable. So I'm in James chapter 4, and you know how it goes. Some of you lose sleep at night, right? I don't really do it. I kind of start off the day with too much on my mind and gradually try to just simplify it. Our days get complicated as we go, and some of y'all can't sleep at night because you're up thinking about what's might happen and what you got to do tomorrow. On and on we could go. When you look at James chapter 4, starting in verse 13, James says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town, spend a year there and trade and make a profit." See, all those plans, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. We're going to go over here. The Bible's not saying that we shouldn't have plans or shouldn't make plans and have goals. Yet you don't know what tomorrow will bring, it says. What is your life? That's a simplifying statement, isn't it? What is your life? What is your life about? Where are you going? What are you doing? I need to ask that question every day. What is my life? What is it about? Is it this job I'm working? Is it just about being a husband and a dad? Is it about doing all these and being all these things and working on this channel? Or is it something much bigger, much simpler? So he says, what is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. I used to take my son to his endocrinologist for his type 1 diabetic. And we would talk about, or I would try to talk about long-term, you want to take care of your eyesight, and you want to keep your A1C down in order to make sure this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen. You want to keep your legs and all those kind of things. And the doc stopped me one time. I was like, look, man, he can't see past Friday. And I remember that, right? Friday was such a big deal. Friday's another day now. But you just thought you were going to live forever. You turned 45 years old like I did recently. And this starts to sink in a little more. It just goes by that fast. I watched a video recently with my children. My youngest son was 5 months old. My oldest daughter was 6. Now it's by the end of the summer, they're going to be 24 and my youngest will be 18. It's just a little while. So what is life about, and how do I slow this down and simplify? Instead, he says, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. Whatever God wants. People talk about the will of God, and we don't really use those terms. It's just what God wants for our lives, what he wants in general. As it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. I'm in control. It's all up to me. I've got to do this. And it's not a text where you can just be lazy and say, well, I'm just going to wait on God and see what happens. That's not the point. But if you want to calm down, if you want to remember what life is really about, come down to verse 17. Nike used this as a slogan. It works here too. Whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. That's as simple as you can get it. Do the right thing. How are we going to overcome the opposition in our country, the problems that we have in our daily lives, all of these things? Every moment, every day, do the right thing. That takes a lot of concentration, especially if you're somebody like me who fights the devil consistently. It takes a lot of concentration just to say, let me do the right thing in this moment. Let me say the right thing here or not say anything. Let me think the right things. Just do what's right. If we took Nikes and, thinking about workout plans, right? It's brilliant to have a slogan that just says, just do it. If you look and see people talk about dieting and, with weight loss and workout programs, how complicated do those get? It really just comes down to exercise and controlling what we eat for most of us, unless you have other conditions. But for the most part, that's really what it is. And it's as simple as that, but we complicate it to death. And Nike says, instead of having all that, just do it. My wife would like to tell me at times when I say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, Just do it. Stop talking about it. In that vein, just remember, the only thing you need to do right now is the right thing. The only thing you need to know right now is what's the right thing to do. Next moment, I'm going to do the right thing then. Today, I'm going to do the right thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the right thing. We can't lose like that. And I hope this helps you and encourages you and keeps it simple for you. We want to thank you for being with us today. If you're on YouTube and you have not subscribed already, please hit this button below somewhere over in here and subscribe to the channel. Over here are videos that YouTube recommends or the last one that we released. Our podcast listeners, we appreciate you as well. And if you haven't, please subscribe, rate, and review when you have a moment. Leave us some comments, give us some feedback. We appreciate everyone who supports this. You can also do that by donating and helping us with our expenses, going to Average Christian, theaveragechristian.net. There's a PayPal link, and there's also a Patreon link where you can come subscribe for anywhere from $2 to $20 monthly. And please, if this will help somebody else, share it.